Hello guys, hope you're having a great weekend. We have a new game here. This time we have Anotand playing as the Ottomans in the color blue and in the color yellow playing as the Rus. It is LoueMT. Guys, I'm really curious about Ottomans. Now, there haven't been many changes for the Rus. It's just the good... I cannot say good called Rus because it changed quite a lot the last patch. And in this new one, not a lot of changes. One thing for sure about the Rus is that they're really, you know, I don't see many incentive for them to go for the high armory. Instead, they will go for the other armory like Spakaya Towers or something like that. Just because of the siege nerf. Like, for example, the Springles, it gets extra range, and then suddenly it's like that's useless, right? And let me tell you, I'm really enjoying this patch. I'm sure there is some issues, but overall I feel there are more positive things than negative ones, and I feel like it's in the right direction. Like the other day I was playing against it was a French player, and he was just building a keep next to my base, and guess what I did? I just built a trebuchet, and I had army around it, and because there wasn't any Springle, I felt like I was free. You know, I was a free man. I could do other things, whatever. Because with Springles, you look away from the screen 1 second, and your siege is done. Like, it's literally gone for like half a second. You look away and oh, Springles, great. Now I need to build another one. Now it's not the case anymore. Now you have siege, and you can protect it with military. And while I think that's a good thing, it may bring other troubles. Like, okay, so now how do I deal with your siege? It's like, well, first you need to deal with my army, I guess. And I like that more compared to the Springles. I don't know what about you guys, what you think about it. Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. Try to put new videos every single day. And if you like Age of Empires 4, then definitely you will enjoy them. Sultanate Trade Network, something to keep in mind, the Ottomans haven't really opened with a military school yet. Very interesting, considering the Rus. Usually you don't open military school against the Rus because they have the Kremlin, and it's just not very annoying, right? But because they're going for the Golden Gate, there is an open situation where you can just go for the gold. Also, another reason you don't open with the military schools with the Rus is that they can get the gold from the ship. So Louis didn't open up with that. He opened up with the gold, and looks like he's going for another town center here. But Anotand, it's playing safe, and now he's gathering some stone, probably for either getting a second town center, either getting another military school. Now there are a bunch of changes here for the Ottomans, and I wish I could show you guys in the observer mode. This really it really sucks. I mean, I tried to say it in every single video, but I don't think the devs really care. It's like, why is it so... we miss some vital information here, like which vizier point they went for. Like, Japanese is still backed. It's like, it's just not, you know... like, it came from being funny, like, haha, look at this, is back to being like... this is extremely annoying. Like, it really is. But anyway, we will do the best with what we have. Rus already going there for the second town center. Looks like it's gonna be here on the deer. Kind of here on the deer pack, on the back of the base. Beautiful spot. Meanwhile, Anotand either saving for a lot of military schools, either he's going for another town center. Which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if your opponent goes for second town center, you can go as well. Wouldn't mind at all. And there you go. It is another second town center next to the stone. Interesting. Now, this second town center next to the stones means that either he wants to go for another town center, which will be very funny as the Ottoman, or he just wants to secure the stone for future military schools, because each military school costs 100 stone. You will need a couple in the Feudal Age at least. By the looks of this, looks like these guys will play a little bit on the more on the Castle Age, so you will need 300 stone. That if you don't get it, you know, military schools for the Ottomans is like basically the main point of playing Ottomans is you build military schools. If you don't build military schools, then why are you playing Ottoman? You don't have many economic bonuses. Basically your bonuses are your free units that you get from here that you're not getting. But we will see, because with the Ottomans there is a new Vizier point that I don't know what's the name, but it's something like every villager is trained by 400% speed. For I don't know how long, it was like 30 seconds or something like that. We will need to keep an eye if he uses it or not. But the thing is, with one town center is not a big deal, right? Like 400%. How much? Maybe 8 seconds each villager? I think so. Maybe... yeah, maybe 8 seconds, I don't know. But if you have 2 town centers, then the effect is much better. And if you have 3 town centers, is even... You get me, it's exponential. Exponential growth for each town center that you get. And you know, that's also a possibility. And there you go, town center is already here. No military schools for the Ottoman. Very interesting choice. So like Louis will push the deer. Let's take a look at the Rus base. Already macroing for going that castle age. Looks like he's having the time of his life. Golden Gate here. Wooden Fortress protecting the gold. Very safe town center here. No unit needs to be made. No unit at all. Meanwhile, Anotand will be building the 3rd town center. And now I'm really curious how he takes it from here. But because if you go 3 town centers and Castle Age, that will be very greedy, right? Opponent is about to hit Castle Age. You're gonna have a bad time. You can go 3TC if you want, but you need to make some units. You're gonna just go 3TC and castle. That's extremely greedy, and if you get away with that, you should win the game. In theory. Louis already there with a high trade house next to a big woodline here. See how many trees this is. I think it's less than 100, to be honest. Not the best spot. Here will be amazing. Amazing spot here. Missed opportunity for Louis. I bet that's pretty much double. If you think about it. You get this area and this area. High trade house giving passive gold for each tree that is around it. Which is fantastic. Meanwhile, more production buildings coming for Anotand. Looks like he knows he will need some defenses here. And he knows that because he's now building walls. And walls have been nerfed. They take some time to build. I like this change. As someone who likes to wall a lot, I'm more transitioning into building outposts. The other day I was playing against a French player. No, not the first, not the one I mentioned to you, but another one. And I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna build outposts around my farms, and in case something happens, I just garrison. I was just having a great time because building walls not take a long time. And look at that, sheep's gonna stay outside. I'm gonna be able to go back home. And now building walls is really an expensive thing to do. It's not about the resources, it's about this villager could be doing something else and is building a wall that is taking so long. Sipagi are out for Anotand. Sipagi and Spearman should be good enough for now. Sipagi to take down the monks. Meanwhile, Louis with a couple of monasteries deciding to grab all those relics. Couple of monasteries very early on means I really want all the relics. Like at this point in the game, if you go 3TC and I go Castle Age faster than you, I should get all the relics. At least 4 of them. No less than that. 4 monasteries is this is basically what it means. Meanwhile, the walls are about to finish. Slow but steady. When I mean slow, it's really slow. Like this monk is gonna grab the relic here. I'm sure he's gonna go for the ones that is further away. There you go. But he's gonna get away with it. In the latest patch, that I believe that wouldn't have happened. This wall will have finished already, which is big. This wall also will have finished already, which is also big. Now Anotand needs units to fight this. Now the good thing is, Louis is actually building knights, which technically Anotand has a counter for it. Like it's just spearman, but you know technically field spearman is still a counter to the Castle Age knight. They do very good against them. So Vizier point. I don't know which Vizier point there is, but there is one. There is one Vizier point. Oh god. Thank you, Debs. Now we always need to keep an eye on the villager count. That's how we know. And whether or not he can build another military school. It's not the military school one. It's not this one because this one is from another unit, another tier of Vizier point. I wonder what that is. Maybe it's the outpost one, where you can just garrison villagers in the outpost. But that will be funny. There isn't a single outpost here, so maybe because of the town centers. That may be it. That may be it. Let's take a look. Nah, maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. Anyway. Meanwhile, Louis trying to take down the wall. Anotand still with a lot of spearmen. Now that's the beauty of the Ottoman. They not only have 3 units, these spearmen take less time to build just because of the blacksmith upgrades. And what a couple of archers can do against a lot of spearmen. He's gonna pull back for now, and looks like Anotand may overextend a bit. He's gonna go there for the villagers on the wood. Sees a wooden fortress, pulls back for now. It's like these are spearmen, but these can be valuable units in the future. Let's not lose them. Meanwhile, Louis is still trying to take down the wall. It's amazing how annoying these walls have been. It's truly amazing. Meanwhile, Anotand are already with a lead of 81 villagers. More walls coming here, and Louis with only 3 relics, unfortunately. Walls have been proven to be extremely annoying. Have been proving also that they needed a nerf, and that's why we are watching here. If you complain about the normal wall, imagine the rules wall. It even takes longer, I think. It should take longer. Otherwise, like that's a bug. You get extra HP for your walls and you build this at the same time. I don't think so. Meanwhile, more archers are starting to gather here, still with the problem of the walls. And Anotand building the Istanbul Imperial Palace. But Louis already there with all eco upgrades are about to get upgraded. You got +2 range attack. It's pretty much ready to go. My god, we're already 40 minutes into the game. Haven't really talked about the income per minute. You know what, guys? I'm gonna switch to the observer mode. But because I think it's important. It's important to see the Vizier points. just for the moment, we see the Vizier point. Let's take a look. I mean, that's the new toy of this season, right? Let's take a look. And it is Pax Ottomana. How many seconds? 13 seconds each town center. Let's go take a look at the villager count. It is 96 as it is right now. Let's take a look when it finishes. How many villagers he will have with 3 town centers. We're talking about a lead of 27 villagers here. You know, 98. Again, 17. No, keep in mind, Anotand is raiding, so Louis is losing quite a few villagers here and there. But so does Anotand. He's also losing villagers. Is the buff still on effect? Looks like. 3 town centers working faster than Song Dynasty. That's like Chinese type of boom. Louis is still trying to take down the wall. Finally, it's going down. Meanwhile, it's just gonna be archers and knights. Technically, Louis has a very good army to cause some damage here. But Anotand, let's take a look at which Vizier point. We don't need to switch yet. We can know. Well, the thing we cannot know is the town centers for now. And we know he went for the outpost thing. At least that's what I saw. And meanwhile, now Anotand just pushing with knights and spear. I like the fact that he's going with knights. They're a really strong unit. And at this point, Anotand, it feels like he has a very strong lead. You can already see 116 villager count. Now, I don't know if this was worth it. Oh crap, there it is, Pax Ottomana. Oh, it's really for a long time. This is a huge buff. Anotand's economy is gonna skyrocket really soon. Like, this is not even close. 118 with 3 town centers working like this. It's gonna be like 140 villagers by the time this finish. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Mekter already here. It's gonna get the +1 range armor. Definitely makes sense against a lot of range units, especially with those spearmen have +3 range armor at this point in the game. Very, very tanky. Now he's pushing with more lancers, and looks like he's gonna get through. Knights cannot do anything yet. You need to deal with those knights, but you don't have the spearmen to deal with the knights. You need to use your own knights. Looks like he will have to force the fight in the town center and under the wooden fortress. Meanwhile, Anotand already there with 125, 26 villagers. And more villagers are going down here, unfortunately. Making the gap, the villager gap, even bigger between these two. More units flooding. I know, it makes sense. Like, if you're rich, you don't want to make Sipahi, you want to make Lancers. Those are my expensive units. It's kind of like flexing in a way. As he has another Vizier point. Not here yet. We only see 3 military schools. 4 military schools. He went for the 4th Vizier point. For the extra military school. Meanwhile, Louis getting more blacksmith upgrades, but he's losing quite a lot of villagers. And you can already tell, like, resource distribution, resource count is not really the best at this moment for Louis. Wood is getting really damaged here. And usually Ottoman doesn't have the lead on, oh my god, 139 villagers. It's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if you go Imperial now. Like, you did good damage. You killed quite a lot of villagers. You are ahead 60 villagers, which is crazy. And you have this thing, which is even more crazy. I never seen this landmark before. Now that I look at it, it's kind of cool. Looks very passive compared to the Siege Workshop landmark. Keep going up here. Just to protect the big gold bank, but it's not gonna happen. Knights gonna be pretty much guaranteeing that this keep goes up. And because Anotand has 145 villagers, you can decide to spend a life or two, right? No worries. No worries at all. Meanwhile, Anotand already have control over the two big gold veins. It's gonna be denying the gold for Louis here. Louis trying to build more walls, and he's losing more villagers. Villagers that he cannot afford to lose. Meanwhile, there's a trebuchet on the way. And looks like Louis, even though Anotand went 3 TC, he haven't been able to do so much damage. And it comes down to these walls. These walls just gave Anotand so much time. Even though he sacrificed like 4 villagers to build these walls. And those 4 villagers were pretty much dead, you know? They were not gathering any resource for a long time. This really gave him a lot of extra time. And trebuchet battle, I love this, because there are no sprinkles. How do you deal with this? Well, you can go with the knights here and, you know, take it down. That's one option. And to be honest, it's an easy option. If the opponent doesn't have a spearman, and not enough of a big mass of an infantry where you can surround the trebuchet. Another vizier point, let's take a look. It is the freelancer training. Every 2 minutes you will get a freelancer. You cannot underestimate Ottoman economy with, oh my god, 156 villagers. That's really crazy. And if you think about it, like, free siege doesn't feel as good as having the extra villager count. Now keep in mind, Anotand only had this lead because he went 3 TC. I don't think he can get away with 3 TC in all the matches. At most, he can go 2. But because his opponent was being greedy, he also was greedy. But I don't know if 2 town centers is gonna be enough. It's gonna be kind of like a Chinese Song Dynasty simulation. But with a little bit of a speed up, it's gonna have the Great Bombard in the Castle Age. Another Vizier point. This match has it all. Meanwhile, more Lancers, 23 Lancers, 9 more on the way. And you cannot deal this with the sprinkles. I mean, before it was really hard as well. Technically, you can use archers to take this down, and you will do not so bad damage. Take a look at the crossbows, how much damage they can do to the Great Bombard. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. He needs to react quickly. You still can lose the siege quite fast. Now, Great Bombard is still great, so he will do a lot of damage to those crossbows. Hey, you gotta be careful not to lose it against those archers. Technically, you can lose it very fast. So you gotta be careful here. More raid happening here in the back side of the base. And more trebuchets. Looks like the keep will eventually go down, and Anotand is already in the Imperial Age. Gonna get biology. Now remember, biology is now more expensive. I believe it now gives more HP to the cavalry units. Great Bombard. Does it keep the last? I think it got upgraded, right? Look how fast the Great Bombard dies. with those extra DPS from ranged units, siege units are actually vulnerable, which makes me think, yeah, I think it's still the right, the right call to remove the sprinkles from the game. Technically, crossbows do quite a lot of damage to those trebuchets, and you don't need to get super close to it. Even if your opponent surrounds the siege, you can still snipe it with ranged units. That's the beauty of it. Meanwhile, this keeps still being completely annoying. Another Vizier point. At this point, I don't know exactly at this point why you need Vizier points. Probably the one you can get inside the siege. Elite Lancers are already there. Yeah, I mean, if you're rich, you can afford this, right? You had 150 villagers. You're gathering all the gold you can. And now you're getting free Lancers. Free Elite Lancers. With a lot of HP. And by the way, we haven't talked about the Elite Army Tactics. It just sucks. It just feels so weird to not have the extra HP for Elite Army Tactics. It's really... And there you go. Spakaya Tower coming up for Louis. Definitely makes sense. You don't want to upgrade your sprinkles with the ruse in this patch. Now there are plenty of spearmen here, but what do you do against Elite Lancers? I wouldn't be scared with this army here. It's too good. Great Bomber trying to take down a couple of Great Bombers actually. Trying to take down the Spakaya Tower. Now Spakaya Tower is up, but not for so long. Not for so long. A couple of Great Bombers are already doing the work here, and now Lancers are getting inside Louis' base. Louis having a rough time against this ruse. This is a ruse strategy. Very weird strategy. Vizier point, 3 town centers. Definitely, definitely something really new. We wouldn't be able to see this in the last patch. Paskaya Tower goes down, and with that Louis taps out. Well played by these guys. Hope you enjoy this match. Man, season 9 it's on fire.